Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera saya ucapkan kepada para penonton video ini. 各位亲爱的观众朋友们，欢迎来到我的频道。Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to another episode of Politik Goreng. A lot of people may be wondering, Politik Goreng, it's an election thing, so that's the end of the state election. So does that mean that's the end for Politik Goreng? No, you are wrong. There is more to go. So previously, Politik Goreng was a series where I interview politicians and candidates during the state election. And now, I'd like to announce something really big. Instead of being just about state election, from now onwards, Politik Goreng will be a series where it will be anything related to the Malaysian politics. So it could be interviewing politicians, sharings of political knowledge, and anything, you know. And in this episode, I'm going to share with you my experience creating videos for Politik Goreng throughout the state election period, and also to answer any questions that all of you have. Without further ado, let's look at the first question. Why call it Politik Goreng? Okay, so this is actually a quite funny story. So I actually only think of the name early in the morning when I was about to film the video. So actually, to be frank, Politik Goreng was quite an impulsive decision. So I only think of creating a series related to politics like a week before I filmed the video, and the next week I started filming the video and I published everything like in just that 1 week, because like the state election is going on during the weekend, so I have to get all the videos done before the actual state election. So when I was thinking of the name, I was thinking of wanting to find a name that it's easily remembered, that it's easily understood, and it's relatable to all of us Malaysian. So one thing that comes to my mind, it's goreng, because politics, it's like whenever you go to those kopitiam or mama, you hear those uncle aunties, they talk about politics. So each of them have their own thought and they just assert what they think it's right, you know. So it's like it's like you are making fried rice, you put these and put that into it, so it's like goreng lah. So that's why I think it's Politik Goreng, and that's how the catchy name is formed. So this series, as you know, was started during the state election period, which was about 3 months ago. Yeah, and why do I started a series related to politics? It's actually because, first thing first, it's my first time voting and I'm very excited towards it. And I actually already reached the age of 18 during the last general election, which is GE15, but because I guess it's because of my birthday, which is like towards the end of the year, so the system didn't actually update it, so I wasn't able to vote during the general election. So this was my first time voting and I'm really looking forward to it. So I think that's also one of the reasons why I started Politik Goreng. I'm very interested into politics, and I'm always thinking of starting something related to politics, and I think state elections just sort of give me a chance to start something new, to start this series called Politik Goreng, to not just raise political awareness and also to let people know like the importance of voting and also making informed decisions. My interest in politics actually started back then when I was studying in New Zealand in 2020. So as we know, during that year there's this global pandemic, COVID-19, so all of us got into lockdown, into online school, and from there I read some news and I'm always on my device, and I got to know the Prime Minister of New Zealand, which was Jacinda Ardern. So from there I started to know more about politics, and I actually become interested into politics because of a very funny reason. Okay, so I just feel like when politicians, they're giving their speech and everyone was looking at focusing on them, taking pictures for them, and they get a round of applause after they give their speech. I feel like that is just so cool. So yeah, very lame, right? So that's how I actually fall into politics. But afterwards, as I dive deeper into politics, I realized that it's not just about giving speech and not just about the feeling of achievement when you make a big announcement for the country, but it calls for more than that. Even when I say I'm really into politics, to be frank, I don't really know much. So I feel like by making videos on politics, by actually starting a series called Politik Goreng, I'm actually learning as well. So it's a learning process for me, and I hope that as I'm learning, I'm also able to educate people who's watching my video on the political situation in Malaysia. And if you don't know, I'm currently pursuing a degree in politics, philosophy and economic, in short PPE, in the UK. So I've just been in the UK for like a month. Yeah, so I've just settled down, and yeah, so I still consider myself as really new to the industry, to politics, and I'm still seeking for more knowledge and more experience. So if you see me asking stupid questions to politicians, please just bear with me. And of course, leave as much comment as possible to my video so that I can improve my work, and also so that you'll be able to see what you want to see. You know, just comment like which politician you would like me to interview next. It is definitely important for young people to understand about politics, because young people, they are the future leaders of the country. They are the one that can drive for change and reform to be made possible in the country. So by understanding politics, young people like us will be able to understand more on what's the problem that's being faced by the local citizens of the country, and also global issues that can have impact on the local people. And also because like in Malaysia, we have just started this Undi 18 like a few years back. So GE15 was actually the first election where we have Undi 18, which means like young adults who have just turned 18, they are allowed to vote in the election. But the problem with us, I think, is that young people, we are not educated enough on politics, which means to say we do not know much about politics, and what we know is perhaps just what our parents tell us, what our friends tell us. And sometimes, as we know, like those older generation, like your uncle, auntie, they'll just tell you, vote for this party, you know, this party is good, or vote for that party because I am voting for that party, so you should also vote for that party. So in fact, that is actually not education, that is indoctrination. So you're forced to accept an idea, you're forced to accept a party without actually knowing what's the manifesto of the party, what are some of the changes that the party would like to do to the country. So I believe more education in terms of politics should be given to young people and young voters so that they can make more informed decisions. And I hope that I can be the platform that spreads political knowledge and political awareness to young people who have just started in the society. And because whether you like it or not, politics will be there and will influence your life. Doesn't matter whether you are someone into business or you are someone into agriculture, all the government policies that is being passed in the parliament will affect you. So understanding how government work and exercise your right to vote, it's very important for every single person in the country. The video that I made was initially intended for youngsters who's around my age, who have just started their university or who have just started working, so that they can get to know more about politics, and most importantly, to make an informed decision, because you don't want to vote for someone who you don't know or who you think you might know, but without knowing what you want to do for the people in their constituency. But of course lah, you know, Politik Goreng, even though I'm aiming for people who's around my age, but did not say that it's only for people around my age. You know, auntie, uncle, you can watch this video also, and I believe you are watching also, right? I want Politik Goreng to be a series where people understand politics without any bias or prejudice, and therefore Politik Goreng provides an overall and holistic view towards different political parties in Malaysia. And I know all of you will have this question. You say you want to film something without prejudice, without bias, but then now you are wearing a Muda t-shirt. Apa ni? Chill lah, let me explain. I'm wearing this because this is the only politic related shirts that I have, and I thought of wearing something politically related to film this video, so that's the only option that I have. And of course, I will be more than happy enough to accept any t-shirts or merchandise from any political parties out there. Doesn't matter you're from PAS, you're PN, or you're from Pakatan Harapan. So yeah, to all political parties out there, you know who you should give your merchandise to, right? And the reason why I brought this shirt to the UK was because initially, when I was still in Malaysia, I registered for this event called the International Young Leaders Program. So it's organized by the High Commission of UK in Malaysia. So it's a politically related event. So you can only join this program if you are leaders in any political party in Malaysia. So I actually signed up for it with the hope that I'll be able to get selected for this event. So this event will actually take place on the last week of October in London. So I'm actually really looking forward towards it. But the sad thing is, yeah, I didn't get selected, so which is really sad. And yeah, I actually also wonder why they don't pick me. Okay, anyway, forget about it. So this shirt has got no use anymore. So anyway, I can wear it when I'm filming this video. Wait, out of topic liao. Anyway, back to the topic. I hope that Politik Goreng will be a series where people can understand politics objectively and holistically, and always be. You may see me filming Politik Goreng in different languages when I was interviewing in different constituency. That's either because the candidate in that constituency told me that most people in their respective places speak in that particular language, or I choose it because we're in Malaysia, like most of us are multilingual, so having the series in different languages helps to improve diversity, and I think that's something that symbolizes us Malaysian. So we speak different languages, and that's something that makes us unique. And last but not the least, I'd like to thank all you lovely audiences for constantly supporting my channel and Politik Goreng. Without you, Politik Goreng won't be a success. Please don't forget to comment more on what would you like to see on Politik Goreng, and most importantly, your question towards how I film Politik Goreng, and I'll answer them in the next video. See you again in the next video where we continue to Goreng Politik.